Welcome back to the vlog, ladies and gentlemen. I am out here in the Deschutes National Forest in Central Oregon, and we're just doing a little reconnaissance mission, looking for future camp spots, future trails to take the Raptor on, different adventures, maybe bring friends next time. But right now it's all about reconnaissance. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the truck off-road on these trails in the forest area, and we are mapping them out on the Gaia GPS for waypoints. And right now I'm going to air down the tires a little bit so that I have a little bit more traction and play in the tires as I take on these dirt trails. So with that, I'm going to jump back in the truck for more truck adventure. All right, campers, we are on a trail doing truck venture. I am on a tight trail here. I turned off the main trail, and there's a butte, according to my maps, up here, and it might be a cool area to go explore and have a future camp spot at. So I'm considering taking the truck through here. It's very tight. This might be one of the tightest trails I've taken the Raptor on, but I'm feeling crazy, and it's got some really good they've definitely told you, hey, you can't come up here unless you have a four-wheel drive vehicle, because there are some big ruts that you can get lost in up here, for sure. So, yeah, we might just very well drive up this trail. What is in this Pelican case? It's like Pulp Fiction, really glowing. Nope, it's an air compressor. Curious if you guys are fans of CO2 versus compressors. I know a lot of guys do CO2 out there. I am pretty okay with the Smitty built for now, but yeah, leave your comments below. We have just finished a really awesome day of mapping out a tiny little portion of the Deschutes National Forest. So the whole point of today was to come down here to Bend, Oregon, check out portions of off-road activity in the Deschutes National Forest for future camps, for cool trails to take the Raptor on, and just have a fun time doing some truck venture, which we accomplished. I even found a trail, finally, that I couldn't fit the Raptor on. So I was looking for cool trails, found an offshoot trail that was supposed to go up to some butte, mapped on my Gaia, and I was doing great for a while. The trail was going fine, and it started to narrow, and then it got to a point where I was like, you know what? I need to walk the rest of this trail to see how far I can actually go. So I got out, walked for about 15 minutes, got to the end of the trail, dead-ended. There was one little area to camp, but there was absolutely nowhere to turn the truck around. So regardless of if I kept going or not, I was going to have to back the truck out. And I said, well, we're doing that now. And then I backed the truck out, and foliage was right around the cab of the truck, so may have gotten a little pinstriping on the truck, but you know what? It's a truck. We're doing truck picture here, folks. Even a Raptor needs to be a truck, right? So I'm not really worried about it. But more importantly, I forgot to vlog it. I was so focused on getting the truck out of that tight spot that I forgot to pick up the camera. But it happened. I admit defeat. I finally found a trail I couldn't fit the truck on, but we got out of it fine. The truck is not done with adventure this week. We're not done with truck venture because tomorrow is Memorial Day, so we still have a day left of the weekend. And what we're going to do tomorrow is go see a place called Brown's Camp in the Tillamook State Forest. I think we're going to meet Nick out there. We're going to check that place out. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to do that as a separate vlog or if that's going to be together with this vlog. So either this is thanks for watching and subscribe, like the video and whatnot, or I'm going to stay tuned and we'll be back to the Tillamook State Forest momentarily. As promised, we are in the Tillamook State Forest at Brown's Camp, which is a very popular off-road destination spot here in the Northwest. And it has a lot of different trails of varying degrees of difficulty, from light, moderate to really, really difficult, where you'd need a vehicle with 40-inch tires, incredibly humongous travel in your suspension, and a roll cage to get through the obstacles. So we're not going to be doing those in the Raptor, but we'll see what we can get into. Also, note, I have Mr. Nicholas with me in his 2002 F-150 that he picked up for about $2,000 with somewhere around the neighborhood of like 500,000 miles.
314,000.
Okay, 314,000, 500,000, close. Some of the little mods that Nick's Frankensteined onto his F-150 include this bumper that he built himself, teaching himself how to weld. So that's a thing. What do you? How'd you find that experience?
You know, at some point it looks like I hired Helen Keller to do some of my welding, but it's getting better.
All right. Well, you know, you got to try, right? So anyway, we're gonna get on the road, find a trail, see what we can do, and what kind of fun we can have here for truck venture at Brown's Camp. Little hitch in the plans here. So originally we were going to go in through Brown's Camp in the main entrance area, but as you can see behind me, the gate is closed. And that's because, lo and behold, Brown's Camp is, in addition to being an off-road trail area, it's also a camping area. And all camping is closed in Oregon until the June timeframe, I believe. And it is still May. So this area is not accessible to us, but there are other trails beyond that we can approach. So we're going to jump back into our rigs, see what kind of truck venture we can find in and around Brown's Camp, and there may be other gates that are open, but we will jump back in and get on the trail and see what we can find.
You are here. Yeah, I know we're here, but where's here?
What we're going to do now is we're looking for trails, and there's actually a handy little map here with some trail guides, and there's actually a difficulty map as well for the level of difficulty you want. And Nick has been tirelessly toiling over this map for the last 10 minutes, figuring out where to go to start. So I'm going to allow him to talk about the difficulty levels and the identified trails that we're going to select for this one. Go ahead, Nick.
So, we are currently here. We should be right there. There's Brown's Camp marking itself. Actually, technically, we're a little closer to Rogers Camp, but details. So, basically, they break the trails down into 5 different levels. You have easy, like the one we just did, which is essentially, you know, a nasty city potholed road. You have moderate, which is, you know, actual off-roading. Difficult, which is where it starts getting into the fun stuff. Extreme, which is where you're going to break something. and severe, which is where you better have a roll cage because you're going to use it. We're looking for somewhere in the moderate to difficult, which is blue to single black diamond. So we're basically just going to start trekking along, probably go past 51, which is K-thumb, and then I think we're going to hit military, which is 43 right there. So cut through and take military. That'll be fun.
Nick did install a winch on Pigpen, so if Pigpen gets stuck, we do have a winch.
Or the Raptor gets stuck.
That would be more epic, but less likely. Well,
yes.
Ride is one thing. Fitting between the trees together, I don't think it's going to do it.
Maybe not.
I'm having a realization driving in Nick's F-150 that I don't think my Raptors can fit in this trail.
About 2 inches on that one. Oh, mirrors in.
That tree reached out to grab me. Look at these tree branches just aching to scrape you.
Oh, yeah. This is where you wouldn't fit.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, there's no way you fit through this. Whereas I'm like an octopus. If I can get the beak through, we're good. Whoop. Whoop. Ooh, hello. Hello, Mr. Tree.
Okay, so we just finished doing Powerline Trail here at Brown's Camp, and I have to admit defeat and regret in that I will not be taking the Raptor on that trail. I'm very glad that I went on it with Nick and Pigpen here before we went in the Raptor, because that was a pretty narrow trail. And unfortunately, it is probably designed for, you know, ATVs, Jeeps, narrow vehicles like a Tacoma or an F-150 that's a lot narrower still than the Raptor. We actually did a measurement after the fact just to be sure, because we were thinking, eyeballing it, like, I'm not going to fit the Raptor through here. And the Raptor's actually 11 inches wider than his 02 F-150, and that includes the custom bumper that he has here on that. So too big. So it might be more wide open spaces for me in the future when I'm looking for trails to ride on, but that's okay. I'm not entirely heartbroken about it, but maybe one of these days we'll find another trail that we can take it on out here. Or in the meantime, if I get like 25 million likes on this video, I'll come back and try it. Maybe. And I made it home. So we had a pretty cool weekend. We were able to explore a little bit of the Deschutes National Forest and look at some potential camp spots and some trails down there, take the Raptor on. And then we came back and went to the Tillamook State Forest to go to Brown's Camp and saw some more tight technical trails that we couldn't take the Raptor on. So I know, I finally found a trail, or a couple of trails, that I couldn't fit the Raptor down this weekend. It was bound to happen. I'm going to eat my own words from a previous video I think I talked about, but it's expected. I think we all know what this Raptor's for. People buy these things usually for, well, at least the ones that don't just drive to Starbucks, buy these to go in high-speed desert run, pre-runner style off-roading. I happen to use mine for overlanding, and it's worked out for me pretty well so far. Yeah, there are going to be some tighter trails that I can't fit down, but the trade-off is I can hit 100 miles an hour off-road and pass people on the freeway. So I'm all right with that trade-off. And with that, if you like the content, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching.